Hey friends, welcome to another video. Today we're going to go through my Q2 goals. I have a video about my bullet journal setup and kind of how I set up my quarterly goals because I follow the 12-week year. So far, I actually haven't completed a full 12-week cycle, well, successfully. There's a whole host of reasons for that, but this is the most successful I have been with goal setting and goal attaining. So we're going to keep going and we're going to keep trying and we're going to keep working toward it. But I figured I would share my goals for the next quarter with you all. I find it really hard to pick goals because I want to do so much. I want to do so many things, and then new things come up and I get distracted by the new shiny thing, and it's just, I'm a mess. It's fine. But I'm working on actually getting my life together. Who knew at 34, almost 35, I'd finally be trying to get my life together. It's all good. Okay, so this is hard because I only pick 3. I pick 3 goals and that is it. And I try really hard not to focus on other stuff, but unmedicated ADHD aside, we do our best. Okay, so far I have 2 goals set. One is getting my financial life together, and another is increasing my income. So for those who don't know, I am a stay-at-home parent. I used to do a lot of freelance editing and all that kind of stuff, but I was kind of new to the scene when I was doing that, so I didn't have a huge client backlog. But then last year, between having 2 miscarriages, my daughter getting diagnosed with a chronic illness, health insurance debacle, buying a house, and then like other family members having their own major health issues, last year was hard and I stopped editing. I don't do that. And I also realized I didn't miss it. So now I'm trying to figure out what else I do with my life. So we're doing some deep dives into stuff. We're clearing out everything, and yeah. And then my 3rd goal, I think I want to lean into content creation because I'm having a lot of fun with it, especially YouTube. So I don't know how that goal is going to look quite yet, but I have content planned for every single week. So you'll get at least 1 video from me. I'm trying to make it 2, and I would like to make it like a longer one and then a shorter one that's a little bit more off the cuff. We'll see. We're doing my best. I'm not good at editing videos yet, but that is part of the plan. Anywho, so goal number 1, we are getting my financial life together. And part of that is monthly budgeting. This is a continuation of Q1. So I actually did really well with this goal in Q1. We budgeted, we reviewed, we fixed areas, etc., etc., etc. So we're going to continue that, but I'm trying to incorporate more education into this versus just like organizing my financial life. So I will be reading The Psychology of Money. I've read it once a few years ago, and I'd really like to read it again to help with like the mindset shift. I also want to take notes on these chapters. So we'll see how I do. The goal is to at least read it and then talk about it with my spouse. Okay, so I'm actually behind on my budgeting because we were just like sick for 5 or 6 weeks, February through beginning of March. So I have it here that I have to do my February budget and review, goal 1, or week 1. Week 2 is March budget and review. Usually I do those 2 things separately, so then I have a whole week to make sure the budget is done in my Google Sheet, and then my husband has a chance to review it and we can come back with notes and discuss it the next week. That has worked really well for us. Goal number 2, making money. So my number one investment stream, or most consistent investment stream right now, is reselling my books. I sell them on the website Pango. You can find me at Darrow's Bookshop. I'll put it in the description if you want to check out what I have. It's mostly fantasy, romance, and a little bit of some other stuff. Almost all fiction. So every single week, my goal is to list at least 5 items. I have a lot of books, and a lot of books that I'm just admitting to myself that I'm never going to read. And I have a lot of special editions, and I try to price them not obscenely for the most part. I am getting into making and selling more art. So I'm currently focusing on ACEOs, which are just like little trading cards. So they're really small, they're cute, they're often a variety, like a varying level of effort depending on the piece. And it's helping get over my like creative mental block that I get and just like a lot of anxiety that I feel about art and putting myself out there. So I'm doing that and putting those up. 3 people have already bought pieces from me and I'm just over the moon. I've made negligible money, but it's the practice of doing it. So those are listing 5 items, making ACEOs and posts and putting them up every week. That's the standard. I'm also going to be going through my yarn stash and posting what I'm admitting that I will never use. Finally admitting it. I have a lot of yarn and I'm not going to use it. And it's stopping me from buying yarn for projects that I actually want to do. So we're going to go and see if we can find them new homes with new people that want to use them and love them as they should. Any other things is each week has an extra thing to do in that thing. So like just make things, take note of what's easiest for me to make, what subjects I'm naturally drawn to, track any patterns in selling or art or like my creation process, check on my momentum, like check in with myself, note what sells the fastest versus what's stagnant, adjust titles, adjust prices, all that kind of stuff. So it's also going and checking the analytics and seeing what's actually doing well and moving forward with all that. Now, the last goal is content creation, and that's where I'm most stuck with because I have done content creation for quite some time, but I do not do it particularly well. And I fully recognize this. I want to be better. I want to be a better storyteller. And I'm just always so scatterbrained that it feels that I get into my own anxiety mindset and anxiety bubble. I need water. So that makes it really difficult to do it and do better and stay consistent. But so far, I have the goal of posting to YouTube every single week, and I have done that so far. I have things set up, I have videos edited and scheduled and ready to go. I'm a little bit ahead of the game. I need to make sure I stay ahead of the game. Yeah, part of that is figuring out a routine that works for me, works for filming, and getting over my desire to make it look perfect and aesthetic. So like today, I'm just going and I'm filming in front of my TV so you can see my painted egg and my table runner. I have my boxes of old magazines. My life is not aesthetic, and I don't have the attention span to make it aesthetic. So you will always see the real and raw. And then just learning how to, so I have to write it out. It's still blank. But I have content creation for every single week. I'm working on how do I even write a script? How do I edit? Can I move away from iMovie and get better at editing or better editing software? I've heard about DaVinci Resolve, but I'm also intimidated by it, so we'll see how that goes. Anyhow, those are my 3 goals. If you have any ideas for how to like improve content creation, I would love to know, because I'm just Google searching and reading Reddit forums and all that jazz. Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate all of you and every single person who tunes in, and I'll catch you next time. Bye, guys.